Good afternoon and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium here in Medford, Massachusetts. I'm Brad Schussel alongside Elliot Cobb. We're here in the NESCAC tournament quarterfinals. We have the 3-seeded Tufts Jumbos facing off against the 6-seeded Williams Ephs. And now we're in the second half of our doubleheader here, our NESCAC playoff doubleheader. The Tufts Jumbos women just absolutely annihilated Middlebury Panthers in the last game. A complete blowout, 68-33. Now, Elliot, do you expect a closer game here in this men's contest between Tufts and Williams?
Well, I hope so, Brad. It's good to be here with you. Saw a huge blowout, as you said, and got a lot of fans here in the building. I think they're hoping to see a barn burner, as am I, Brad. I think it's going to be a good one. Absolutely.
And now, these two teams both played in their last regular season game. This was in Williamstown, Massachusetts at Williams. Tufts won the game 77-73. Again, that was a close game. What contributed to that win there for Tufts?
Well, I mean, Tufts wasn't happy with the way they played. They got out-rebounded by a wide margin by a much bigger Williams team. They were able to pull it out at the end, though. But here you see the playoff bracket for the NESCAC championship. Tufts will, of course, is the 3 seed facing off against Williams. Tufts played Williams their last regular season game. That was just a week ago. And they'll hope to do it again. They won by 4 points in Williamstown, but it was a close affair. Williams almost tied the game at the end with a missed 3 by James Heskett. Would have tied the game. So look for Tufts to come out here with some fire in their belly. Williams, again, will want to avenge that loss.
Absolutely. Big games for Stephen Haladina, Tom Pileski. As you said, Tom was getting double-teamed a lot in the post. They were trying to shut him down, but in the end, he scored 17. A big game for him, and he's been a big contributor for Tufts all season.
Yeah, well, Williams College, good on defense, as you can see. First in the NESCAC in points allowed, but last in points scored. So let's see if they can shut down the high-powered Tufts offense today. Tufts is first in the NESCAC in points scored, led by this man, Tom Pileski, the senior from Haverhill. He can do it all, Brad. He can shoot from beyond the arc. Tufts' most efficient three-point shooter. He can block shots, and he does it on the interior as well on offense. And for Williams, got Daniel Aronowitz, their leading scorer, steals and rebounds, assists. I'm be excited to see him today, Brad. It's the first time I've seen him play.
Absolutely. He's a big scorer for Williams. On the other side, Vinny Pace, the leading scorer for Tufts, scores also about 17 per game. He's a very efficient shooter. One of the taller guards on the Jumbos, but again, the Jumbos are lacking in height, especially compared to the Williams Ephs.
That's right. Those some good graphics, Brad.
Absolutely.
I wonder who made those.
Brought to you by Elliot Cobb, our color commentator. As we'll see the Williams lineup here. That's Chris Galvin, the guard. Cole Teal, the other guard, had a big game in the last game against Tufts, hit 5 threes.
There's Daniel Aronowitz, the leading scorer for the Ephs. Tufts needs to shut him down today.
Kyle Skadlock, the freshman forward. And the starting center, the senior, Edward.
Head coach of the Ephs is Kevin App. He is assisted by Brian Emerson and Mike Hedgebeck.
Going to be watching that matchup today. Edward Flynn guarding Tom Pileski in the post. It's going to be key for the Ephs. They tried to shut him down last game, couldn't quite do it. We'll see how Flynn defends Pileski in the post today, the 6'10".
Here are your Jumbos. Here's Tariq Smith.
Tariq Smith, he's a high flyer. He loves driving to the hoop, but he's a better distributor, Brad. He's a great assist man.
Absolutely. Also great at the line, shooting an efficient 80% from the free throw line. There's Ryan Spatterford, another guard for Tufts.
Jumbos need him to crash the boards today. He's one of their bigger guards. Pileski said he's their best rebounder on the team. As I said, they got out-rebounded in Williamstown last week. They got to change that. Here's Stephen Haladina. He had 22 points this week.
And here's Tufts' leading scorer, Vincent Pace. And, of course, 6'8", tallest man on the Jumbos lineup. That's Tom Pileski, number 2.
Yeah, look for him to block shots, hit threes today. Really can do it all, Brad. Boy, this is shaping out to be a good one. There's a lot of history here in the building. Of course, as we said, both teams met last week. It was a close affair. A lot of history between these two sides. I think all the fans of the building today are just as excited as we are, Brad.
Absolutely. This is a huge game. NESCAC quarterfinals. here in the NESCAC tournament. Again, we have the 3-seeded Jumbos taking on 6-seeded Williams East. A big crowd on hand today. Fans from both sides filling Cousins Gymnasium.
Great day to come out and watch some basketball, Brad.
Absolutely.
It is beautiful outside. Good day to come in here, watch some high-flying NESCAC action.
Absolutely. As Tufts will take the court.
Again, we're going to want to watch Edward Flynn, the 6'10 man guarding Tom Pileski, Tufts' leading scorer. Probably their best defensive player as well. We'll see them here on the tip.
And Williams thinks they have the tip, but it goes to Tufts. And Tariq Smith will take it up. Start this game here this afternoon. Here's Smith. Smith out to Pileski, takes a 3, drills it. Tom Pileski. We said it, we've been saying it over and over again this season. He can hit them from 3.
As advertised, Brad, Tom Pileski never disappoints.
Here's Williams on the other side. Aronowitz takes it out. Here's Teal.
Remember, he had 5 threes earlier in the week when they met at Williamstown.
Williams scores on that one. That's Chris Galvin.
Nice move with the right. Look how he extended to get above Pileski. Pileski averaging 3.5 blocks a game. Look for him to get his hands on a couple tonight.
Here's Smith driving to the basket, kicks it out to Spatterford. Spatterford for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Galvin with the rebound.
Galvin's got a little mustache there, a little intimidation there by number 4.
Here's Aronowitz. Flynn dishes it back to Aronowitz. Here's Galvin. Fakes from 3. Drives to the basket. And Williams can't get that one to fall, but they get the rebound.
Good work by Skadlock down low.
Galvin can't hit the 3. And nice hustle from both sides. That'll be out on Pileski. Williams will retain possession. Williams will inbound here. He's looking for Aronowitz, finds him. Back out to Galvin, takes a 3. Can't hit.
Another offensive rebound.
Not able to get the board. Another one missed by Chris Galvin.
Tufts is having to work pretty hard for these rebounds, Brad. There's Coach Bob Sheldon to the Jumbos, encouraging his guys. They're going to need to outwork this bigger Williams team if they're going to get some boards today. Saw that extended possession. Tufts not letting Williams get great shots, but if they're going to get offensive rebounds, Brad, it's going to be tough to stop them today.
Here's Pileski, gives it to Smith. Look for Pileski to get into the post here. Aladina driving to the basket. Can't get that layup to fall. It rims out.
Nice rebound by Flynn there.
Here's Galvin on the other side. Out to Teal. Teal with the spin. Can't shake the defender off of him. Here's Aronowitz. Teal for 3. Can't get that one to fall. And another offensive rebound for Williams. Here's Aronowitz with the 3 ball. Nope. Spatterford rips down the board. Nice work.
You see Spatterford working tough there in the paint, able to bring that one down amongst the trees. It's all about heart sometimes on the glass, Brad.
Here's pace to Pileski. Pileski from mid-range. Gets the bank shot to fall.
He's dialed in early, Brad. You can tell right when it leaves its hands, he knows he's going in. Big players step up in big games.
Here's Galvin on the other side to Aronowitz. Over to Flynn.
It's going to be fun to watch Tom Pileski today, Brad. If he keeps up his form, you can just tell he's a confident shooter right now. He's 2 for 2 thus far.
Williams is spreading the ball around the court here. Here's Flynn. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to back down Pileski in the post. And they'll call a travel on that one. Tried to do a little up and under there. Didn't work. They'll turn the ball over.
A lot of body there from Tom Pileski, but no call. Good, tough defense from him. Flynn, if you're Flynn there, you got to get a shot up. Marco Soto into the game here for the East.
Here's Tariq Smith on the other side for the Jumbos. Tariq finds Haladina. Into Pileski. Pileski backing down Soto in the post. Get a little shake. And gets that one to fall. Tom Pileski is in the zone.
Smooth with the left hand. Tom Pileski, a little fade away. Look at that touch. Just saw it dance on the front rim a little bit before dropping in.
Here's Williams, Skadlock. Tara Nowitz. Soto. Cole Teal. Teal driving. Out to Skadlock. Gets that layup to fall. Nice work inside by Skadlock.
Skadlock's got those long arms, Brad. He's using them as a weapon. Saw that big reach. He's able to get around Pileski and put it up and in.
Tariq calling the play. Pileski trying to get open. Dishes it out to Spatterford. Spatterford for three. Hits that one. Another three for Tufts. They lead by 6.
Spatterford's kind of a glue guy, Brad. He's not going to create fireworks on offense, but if he's open, he can put it in.
Here's Skadlock on the other side.
Haladina guarding Aronowitz here. Williams' best player. See how that goes today.
Skadlock takes a three. Can't get that one to hit. Aronowitz hits it back out to Skadlock.
Skadlock's
Nice
got a
work
couple
there.
of offensive
That's
rebounds
Bobby Casey
early.
with the three. Can't hit it. And Pileski with the rebound.
Tufts scores a lot of their points in transition here. They'll try to get some of those against this bigger Williams team. Look for Pileski to back down the backup Soto here.
Jumbo spreading the ball around. Pileski calling for the ball. Pace. Takes inside himself. Gets that one to fall.
Nice move. 12-4 here early, Brad. Just what Coach Bob Shelton drew up for his team to start off the game. Coach Kevin App and Williams will take a timeout. Boy, great move there from Vinny Pace. Looked like a contested shot, but he was able to put it up off the glass. I like what I've seen for the Jumbos thus far, Brad.
Yes, Vinny Pace, of course, he's a shooter, but he's got those long arms. He can work inside. He's very athletic, too.
Yeah, talking about long arms, Kyle Skadlock's pulled down a couple of offensive rebounds here, but Williams hasn't been able to do much with it. They've been able to corral some of those offensive boards, but only 2 field goals thus far. They've had a lot of shots, but they haven't been good ones. Credit Tom Pileski on the inside, altering shots here for the Jumbos. They got to keep scoring the basketball. A couple of good clutch threes there from the Jumbos.
You saw a shot from our sideline camera there.
A little grainy, but up close and personal. You can really feel the action there on the floor.
Only from JumboCast.
Yeah, we are striving to get the highest in technical quality for our wonderful viewers. Thank you for joining us here today, watching some NESCAC action. A doubleheader here, Brad. We're burning the midnight oil, as it were. Thanks for joining us.
Vinny Pace has gone to the bench for the Jumbos. Stefan DeVouvier in for them.
Duvivier can throw it down. He's practicing some dunks and warm-ups.
James Heskett in for Williams.
Hurley with the bucket there. Casey, excuse me.
Jumbo foul on number 12.
His name's Bobby Casey. I keep wanting to call him Bobby Hurley, the old Duke guard. He might be good, but I doubt he's Bobby Hurley.
Casey will take a free throw.
Interesting, we saw Stefan Duvivier there on your screen come in, start guarding Daniel Aronowitz, the leading scorer for the East, but Aronowitz quickly exits the game.
Drake Smith on the other side. Casey guarding him. Here's DeVouvier.
Trying to get Duvivier open here.
Williams playing tight defense right here. DeVouvier. Pileski in the post.
Look at the double
Gets
team
double
here.
team. Gets it up. Can't get that one to fall. Ooh, good effort on the rebound there by Spatterford. Can't pull it down.
You said it, Brad. All about effort from Ryan Spatterford.
And there's a basket there for Williams.
That's Luke Thorson and see Coach Kevin App here. This is a well-coached team, Brad. They've been down early before. They're going to stay with it here. I like to see Williams working hard on defense here. James Heskett applying
DeVouvier for
pressure.
three. Nope. Bobby Casey pulls down the rebound.
Tough shot from the outside. You got to like to see Tufts getting it inside. Saw Pileski get some open space on the last possession.
Chris Galvin back in for the East. Here's Marco Soto. Back to Galvin. Galvin driving inside. Doesn't have a shot. Williams can't get three to fall. That was James Heskett. They'll get another board right here. Back out to Heskett. Galvin. It's Casey on the outside driving.
Who's going to score here for Williams? Their leading scorer, Aronowitz, is out of the game. A lot of these guys don't put up a lot of points usually.
Tufts playing tight defense, but they need to pull down the boards here.
No one wants to take the shot here for Williams. Who's going to pull the trigger, Brad?
And there is Galvin. Can't get that one to fall. Hallardino with the board.
Yeah, it just looks uncomfortable there from Williams. They need to get some of their leading scorers back in the game.
Here's Tariq Smith. Sizing up the defense. Gets a pick from Pileski. Oh, and Tariq Smith gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's what he does well. He puts his head down. He can get to the hole hard. Tariq Smith can't be stopped once he decides he's getting the rock to the hole. Look at him here. Going through 3 defenders. Soto has to foul. As you said, Brad, he's a good foul shooter as well.
Some subs here for the Jumbos. Ben Engvall, Vinny Pace come back to the game. And Drew Madsen in for Pileski.
Madsen and Engvall, all big contributors for this Tufts team. Madsen had a big putback dunk against Williams earlier this week. Engvall hit a big 3 late. Tufts has a deep bench, Brad. Coach Sheldon knows how to use it.
Again, Tufts looks very short next to the Williams East right now. We're going to have to find a way to pull down those boards. Rebounding, of course, integral part of a basketball game. Smith hit the second free throw.
See if Williams can exploit the Edward Flynn, Drew Madsen mismatch here. Madsen a couple inches shorter than Flynn, the starting center for Williams.
Here's Scadlock on the other side, back into the game for the East. Cole Teal for 3. Hits that one.
All he needs is a small window, Brad. He had 5 threes in their last game. He can do it here.
2-point game here. Madsen at the top of the key. Gives it back to Tariq Smith. Tariq drives inside. Can't get a shot. Dishes out to Engvall. Back to Smith.
Look how spread out the Tufts offense is without Tom Pileski anchoring the middle here.
Absolutely. They're playing the perimeter. And Ben Engvall hits one from outside. Gets it to fall.
Boy, good defense by Williams there, forcing a tough shot from Engvall.
Here's Tufts on defense now. Again, there's a big hole in the middle, and they exploit it, but Vinny Pace with the block. Great work on defense there from Pace.
Flynn's got to finish stronger. He's got 4 inches on Vinny Pace there. He's got to go hard to the hole.
Here's Pace taking the shot from mid-range, hits that one. Tufts is trying to get their advantage back. They're up 5 right here.
Yeah, it looks like got a lot of hot hands in white
7,
here for the Jumbos. Everyone's shots are going in here. We've seen Engvall, Pileski, Pace all hit early.
There's Scadlock in the post. Backing down Pace. Scadlock gets fouled.
Good defense by Madsen there. Looks like he'll get the foul, but I like what he's doing there, helping out his teammate down low against the bigger Scadlock.
Drew Madsen, that's his first personal, and the team's second foul. Scadlock to the line.
So Tufts with a 7-point lead here early, Brad. They've been hot shooting. If you're Kevin App, Williams head coach, you got to say, just keep doing what you're doing. These shots start to hit iron soon as we see Tom Pileski come into the game here for the Jumbos.
The other man in for the Jumbos, Everett Dayton, sophomore guard.
Pileski does so much on defense, offense.
He
really holds down the paint in both areas.
Kyle Scadlock gets to shoot both free throws. Scadlock, freshman forward, one of the leading scorers for the Williams East. He's averaging 11 a game. Here is Dayton on the other side.
Yeah, just from seeing Scadlock these first 10 minutes, I like the way he plays. He can really cover a lot of ground defensively, offensively. We've seen him score with the left and the right today.
Here's DeVivier. They'll say it was a travel. Williams will get the ball back.
DeVivier just going a little faster than he needs to here. It's a big game. Got to take a deep breath.
Absolutely, trying to get a little fancy with his feet. Didn't work out for him. He gets a travel call. Here's Williams on the other side. That's Chris Calvin. But good defense there from DeVivier, showing off his athleticism, getting the steal. Here's Engvall on the other side, and that's out of bounds.
Good hustle from Stefan DeVivier there, racing in front of, here we see the steal here. Daniel Aronowitz, the pass is intended for him. They're Williams' leading scorer, but DeVivier just wanted it more. Good for him.
And Pace on the other side tries to get out to Engvall, but they're moving a little too fast, and he goes out of bounds. Williams will get the ball back. Here's Aronowitz in the post here. Out to Galvin. Galvin for 3.
That's not Galvin's shot.
With the board, and he gets the rebound.
You can tell Galvin doesn't want that shot. He's passed it up a couple of times here today. But Aronowitz on the board. He's a big guard, Brad. He can get rebounds inside.
Absolutely, and Tufts is being out-rebounded here despite having the lead. Here's Pileski inside. No good. Can't get the board. Williams will take it the other way. That's Cole Teal. He'll take another three. Gets that one to fall.
Smooth
Teal
shot.
from outside.
It's just, you can tell he's a practice three-point shooter. That's his game. He made 5, of course, a week ago. Don't let him get any space.
Here's Dayton. It's pace outside. Pileski's triple teamed. Almost gets the hook to fall. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Pileski with that big left hand. He knows how to finish there. Watch him just push the defender out of the way. Flynn can't stand a chance there.
You could tell they all crashed inside. They all knew how dangerous of a scorer Pileski was.
Yeah, Williams is a much bigger team than Tufts, as we said. The exception is Pileski here. Tufts, he's a big body. You can tell he's thicker than Flynn. He was able to push him around on that last play.
Substitutions here for the Jumbos. Stephon DeBouvier and Vincent Pace will go to the bench. Spataford and Haladina back in the game. And Bobby Casey in for the Williams Eves. Pileski can't get that one to fall. Engel with the rebound. Nice work on the boards there. Pileski back in the post. Out to Haladina for 3. Can't hit. Rebound by Skadlock.
That's Haladina's first shot of the day. He had 22 points, of course, last time these two teams met. But Tufts has such a deep bench, Brad. Sometimes it doesn't matter if one guy isn't getting into the action here.
Absolutely. Here's Williams for 3. Can't hit. Had a chance to take the lead there, but they missed.
You haven't seen much from Daniel Aronowitz so far, but Williams, of course, only down 1 in this
Haladina
game.
again gets that one to fall from 3. Tufts is up by 4. We're halfway into this first half.
Yeah, any one of these guys for Tufts can get hot. That's why they're such a dangerous team. This is the best Tufts team we've seen in a while, Brad. So fun to watch.
Here's Soto. And Williams can't get that 3 to fall. Good rebound there from Spataford. Here's Dayton on the other side. Dayton to Spataford. Out to Engvall. Spataford for 3. Misses that one. Soto with the rebound.
Little heat check from Tufts there. Spataford thought he was on fire. The rim says, nah.
Here's Cole Teal. Finds Soto. 3 for Williams.
Wow.
Gets that one to fall.
Great
Aronowitz.
pass. Great pass from Marco Soto. I don't know how he found Daniel Aronowitz in the corner there.
Great pass from the big man. Here's Haladina.
He's like a little Bill Walton there on the block. Tim Duncan maybe. Another good big passer.
Here's Haladina. Gets bumped. Call foul on that one.
You can tell Williams' defensive strategy is to plug the paint here. Don't let Pileski or anyone else have any driving space. But it's backfired here. Tufts has made a couple of threes here early. That's why they're up, but it's only a 1-point lead. Credit Williams here, Brad. They were down 7 points early in this game, but they fought back here. Looks like it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to need to guard the inside and the outside against the Jumbo team here. Here's Dayton. Pileski tries to set the pick. He gets open. I'll take the shot. Here's Spataford. Engvall driving inside. Out to Dayton. Dayton with the fake. Takes the mid-range jumper. Hits that one. Everett Dayton.
Looks good from him. You like to see good young players have the confidence to shoot. A nice shot by the young man.
Dayton, of course, a sophomore for the Jumbos. Here's Spataford. Guarding Skadlock. Teal driving. On Pileski. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound here by Casey.
Pileski altered the shot even though he couldn't block it. He's guarding Teal on the perimeter here.
Here's Soto driving inside. He's picked up by Engvall. And Teal outside. Can't get that 3 to fall. Spataford with the board.
Boy, it almost did, though. Nice shooting touch from Teal there.
Here's Haladina. Pileski for 3. Can't get that one to hit. Oh, and a turnover here for Williams. Pileski saves it.
Little acrobatic
corner
play
there.
from Pileski. Made it a little harder than he had to for the home crowd.
And
He's
the
showing
crowd
off.
likes it.
He's showing off a little bit here. Boy, he can do it all, Brad. He's a showman as well.
Absolutely. Great athlete. Tufts will call a timeout here.
Let's see that again. Nice heads-up play by Engvall to poke the ball away. Then Pileski thought he corralled it. Ends up having to make an acrobatic play in the corner.
Throws it behind his back. Nice play there by Pileski. So we'll have a timeout.
Threw it right to his teammate. He had ESP there, Brad. He knew exactly where he was.
See Bob Sheldon talking it over with his players here.
What do you think he's saying? What do you think he's saying, Brad? Do you do a good Bob Sheldon impression?
I don't know. I don't know if I've heard him speak, but I think he's telling them they got to get those boards.
We remind you to join us at the halftime show. Tweet us at Tufts JumboCast. We will be reading your tweets, analyzing the game. Definitely tweet at us. We love to hear from our fans. Thank you again for joining us here. I'm Elliot Cobb alongside Brad Schussel, bringing you this wonderful NESCAC game here. Tufts doing a nice job holding off Williams at home, but I think it's going to be a good one, Brad. Stay with us.
Absolutely. Remember, tweet out any questions you have to at Tufts JumboCast. Tufts will take the ball here. Here's Engvall. Aladina driving. It's triple team. Out to Madsen, checking into the game for Pileski. Williams get the ball back here.
Bob Sheldon not happy about that.
Now we're to the East, number 24.
Sounded a little something like this. It was like, what are you doing? Shoot the ball. What is it?
Okay, so like. You did a pretty good Bob Sheldon.
I kind of wanted you to ask me to do my Bob Sheldon.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shoot the, what are you doing on the shot clock? You got to do something.
Here's Williams, Aronowitz. Can't get the layup to fall. Not enough touch on that one. Engvall out to Aladina. Aladina driving. So there was a foul on that one.
Aronowitz looked like he may have rolled his ankle on that play.
Absolutely. He came up limping.
That's fine. There's Kevin App, head coach of the Williams East, the young fella, Cornell alum, second-year coach.
He looks like Brad Stevens, doesn't he?
Kind of looks like Brad Stevens.
Coach
There
the Boston Celtics.
Little buzz cut. He's got the widow's peak.
Tariq finds Aladina.
Maybe we could see a little exhibition match. Williams East, Boston Celtics. That'd be a fun one.
Gee, I wonder how that one will go. Think any of these guys can guard Isaiah Thomas? I mean, he's not too tall, but man can shoot.
Yeah.
Checking in for Tufts, number 13, Vinny Pace.
Good job from that young man, Everett Dayton. Hitting a
Pace.
nice jumper in this game.
Vinny Pace back in for the Jumbos. Look for him to try to score here. So he takes the ball up.
Aronowitz, a nice matchup for Vinny Pace. Both are around 6'5". Both can go inside and out.
He's open from three, but he gets picked up by Aronowitz.
Offensive foul there on Madsen. Madsen is of course, Tom Pileski's backup. Coach Sheldon will have to pick and choose his spots where he takes Pileski out of the game, as he is right now. Got to rest the big fella. But we haven't seen Edward Flynn, the man with the ball right here, haven't seen him exploit Madsen thus far in the paint too much.
Absolutely, and Tufts has got to cut down on the silly fouls. Madsen can't turn the ball over right there. Here's Aronowitz outside to Flynn. And another three right there from Cole Teal.
And miscommunication from Tufts there. Aronowitz left wide open.
Aronowitz, excuse me. Williams is hitting them from three as well. Tariq Smith for three.
Oh!
Hits that one. Banks it in.
Smith stops on a dime, puts it in off the glass. Not how he drew it up. Man, oh man. A killer crossover. That is right, Mr. PA address. Man. Did he call bank there? I don't know, but he dropped a dime on the floor there.
I didn't hear it. And here's Bobby Casey inside. Can't get the easy layup to fall. Bad miss there for Williams. Tufts will take it back to the other side. Look for them to try to get the momentum here. Here's Aladina. Hits the three. Another one for Tufts.
Tufts can feel the momentum here. The crowd's getting into it. Aladina with a little knuckleball from three. That ball didn't have any spin on it. But you know what? When you're hot, Brad.
Absolutely. Here's Aronowitz on the other side. Williams will try to gain the momentum back. Near air ball there.
Good rebound from Madsen.
Fall.
Saw Williams dominate the glass early in the game, but Tufts doing a nice job bodying up the defenders thus far. Madsen with a good rebound there.
Here's number 13, Vinny Pace on the other side, sizing up the defense. Gives it to Tariq Smith. Oh, another great crossover. Tariq Smith can't get that three. Oh, what an effort there. Ryan Spataford gets knocked to the ground. They'll call a foul on that one.
Let's see this again. This is the play before Tariq Smith. Casey goes flying. He puts it in off the glass.
Maybe overshot it a little bit, but it falls in anyway. The backboard was there to help.
He was just so excited after that crossover, Brad. He put a little extra mustard on it.
Looked a little bit like Steph Curry, flicking that one up there.
Flicking the wrist. And then here's Aladina with the knuckleball three. Tufts building another lead here. They're up 6 with 4 minutes to go.
Pileski back into the game for the Jumbos.
Yeah, look for him to score here.
Here's Spataford.
Look for him to post up Soto inside. Aronowitz will try to double team him though.
Bit of a, oh, here's Pace going inside. Nice play there, using his length to score inside.
You said it, Brad. He's got length. He's able to extend the ball away, just put it up off the glass. Nice move from Vincent Pace.
Here's Bobby Casey on the other side. Gives it to Soto. Soto out to Aronowitz. Out to Bobby Casey. And turnover there for Williams. Pace with the steal.
Aronowitz tried to answer Pace there, but he got the ball taken away.
Got a little interception there. Pace tries to float it up. Scadlock with the rebound on the miss. Casey takes it back the other way.
Scadlock is such a spark plug for Williams here. Great rebounder.
Nice defense there from Tom Pileski. Casey thought he had a wide open lane.
He's missed a couple of those easy ones, Brad.
Here's Tariq Smith. Can't get that. Layup to fall. Nice move there to get inside. Couldn't finish. And that's going to be a reaching foul there on Vinny Pace.
That's sort of a silly foul there from Pace.
Only 4 fouls, though, in the half for Tufts.
Yeah, that's pretty good as we see Dayton come into the game as well as Ben Engvall. Don't want to get in foul trouble, though, if you're the leading scorer for Tufts. Of course, their depth really helps here. We've seen Madsen contribute. See Dayton, who's in the game now for Vincent Pace, do a nice job.
Pace and Spatterford going to the bench. Dayton and Engvall will enter the game for the Jumbos.
Casey looks a little outmatched so far in this game. He's missed a couple of shots, missed a couple of layups here. We've seen the travel. Here's the fans here. We see Matt Massey Phelps just announcing that last game. Good turnout here in Cousins Gymnasium. You'd like to see him be a little livelier, Brad. We haven't heard any chanting or anything like that.
Absolutely. Well, we've heard some cheering on tough scoring plays. I don't know. The crowd has been pretty lively.
Yeah, not very organized, this crowd. They need maybe a little defense chant. Everyone knows that one.
Here's Pileski inside. Can't get that one to fall, but Haladinha gets his own putback. On the miss on the putback from Pileski shot, excuse me. Look
at these guys battling down low. I don't know who puts it in there. It looks like a combination of Engvall, Haladinha, maybe a sort of a surprise, and didn't look like they meant to do that. But
yeah, well, it's teamwork. They put the ball in together. Give them each half a point.
Yeah, if you're Williams here, Brad, you got to say, I like the way Kyle Scadlock's been playing so far in this game, feeding his teammates, crashing the boards. I don't know why he isn't in the game more often. So we go to our sideline cam here. Just for scale here, look how tall this Williams team is next to this petite woman here. What is that, man, like 8 feet tall? It's amazing.
Almost. Maybe close.
Maybe almost.
Williams down 25-35 here. Tufts up 10. If you're the East, you do not want to go into the half down 10 points.
That's right, yeah. This is the biggest lead of the game for Tufts, I think. And I think they had a 1-point lead going into the half in Williamstown earlier this week. I mean, I like the way Williams played, Brad, but Tufts has just been too much here.
I know, it's Flynn. Finds Teal outside. Scadlock. Williams can't get anyone open. Trying to set up a play. Here's Flynn inside. Gets that layup to fall. Exploited the mismatch against Tariq Smith.
Nice finish with the left hand from Flynn there.
Here's Dayton on the other side.
I was expecting Flynn to be a bigger factor in this game, Brad, the 6'10 center. I haven't called his name much. He's kind of been dominated on the defensive end.
Nice little step inside. Can't get it to fall. Here's Teal. There's a back out to Casey. He's taking their time here. Back out to Casey. And they'll say there was a foul there on Casey, knocking Haladinha to the ground.
Boy,
also got the ball.
It's been frustrating so far for Casey as we see him getting taken out of the game here. Boy, the young fella. Keep your head in there. Keep your head in the game there, son. You can tell he's a contributor to this team. He's going to come back in the second half. Got to have a good attitude about it, but Williams needs to change something here. It's probably going to got to be on the defensive end.
Absolutely. For now, Casey will go to the bench. Chris Galvin into the games for the East.
Yeah, not a bad defensive half for Williams, holding Tufts to 35 points. That's
Here's Everett Dayton out to Haladinha for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Galvin with the rebound.
It's been the Tufts defense here, Brad. Williams only 27 points here in the first half.
Aronowitz on the other side for 3. Hits it. 35-30 game here. Williams trying to trim this Tufts lead. Here's Tariq Smith. Tariq thought he had a shot. There's Everett Dayton, gets bumped and still hits it. And one for the Jumbos.
See the replay here. Dayton doing a nice job keeping his cool.
Great find there by Tom Pileski in the post. Still has the vision to find his man under the basket.
Saw Teal come flying in, try to tomahawk chop the basketball. He wasn't anywhere close. Ended up getting the foul and giving Dayton the easy three-point play.
And hits the M1 free throw there. 8-point game. Shot clock will be off for this last play. 28 seconds left in the half. Here's Williams. Tufts crowd is getting loud now.
For the first time here. I can feel the momentum.
Trying to distract the Williams East on this last play. Big play here for the East. They're stomping their feet. This crowd is electric.
Love feeling the energy in here, Brad. 7 seconds to go.
And it's an offensive foul. Travel, excuse me.
Travel called on Kyle Skadlock. You can tell he's not the most comfortable handling the ball on the perimeter. It backfires there. Let's see what Tufts can do. 6 seconds left here. Timeout called.
Gotta think they'd probably take their time. Maybe wait for the last second to take a shot, but no rush here for the Jumbos.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here. I would expect them to try to get Tom Pileski into the mix here. Of course, Tariq Smith. It's always good driving to the basket. Let's see if they get it to the point guard here. He can make, maybe he can drive and dish. Avery Williams got a block out here.
We got a view from our sideline cam.
A quick freeze frame from the sideline cam.
Yes, quick peek.
It's a little teaser. Oh boy!
Almost turns it over. Tariq Smith gets the ball back. He's driving. Tries to get it in. No foul called there.
That's a good.
Say it went out of bounds.
It's a good no call from the referee. Nice defense from Marcos Soto there. He went straight up. Tariq Smith just lost the ball.
Absolutely no foul there. Williams will have the ball back with 2.5 seconds. Teal, Taranowitz will take a half-court shot. Can't get that one to fall. And we'll go to the half. Tufts 38, Williams East 30 here at halftime. Big first half for the Jumbos. And remember to stay tuned for our JumboCast halftime show. Remember to send in your last-second tweets. We'll answer any question you may have about the game, about JumboCast, about Tufts.
Well,
send them in.
Okay, well, Brad, if they send in the tweets now, it's got to take like 2 business days to come in, right? So they might as well not bother. You got to put postage on it. Is that?
I don't think that's how the internet works, Elliot.
That's not how it works. Okay, well, then send in your tweets. There you are. Hey, that's us, Brad. We're getting a shot from the sideline cam here.
We're a little blurry, but we're here. That's us.
Yeah, that's us in our snazzy polos. We'll be back in a few minutes to read your tweets here on Tufts JumboCast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the JumboCast halftime show. I'm Brad Schussel once again alongside Elliot Cobb. Great game here. Tufts Jumbos, Williams East, NESCAC tournament quarterfinals. What did you see in this first half here, Elliot?
Well, Brad, it's really good to be here with you. Excellent first half. These two teams met last week, and Williams came back with a vengeance. In the first half, Tufts, of course, is up 8 at the half. We saw everyone on Tufts contributing. Tariq Smith was hitting shots. Stephen Haladina hit a couple of clutch threes. And, of course, Tom Pileski down low. And for Williams, Daniel Aronowitz got to get more into the scoring action here. I'm not sure who's going to score for Williams. We've seen Kyle Skadlock get some rebounds, not really been able to put the ball in the hoop. And Cole Teal needs to heat up from outside if Williams is going to get back into this game.
Absolutely.
More scoring for Williams.
Williams hasn't really been able to find an identity here, especially on offense. They haven't had a lot of guys hitting shots. Cole Teal hit a few threes. Aronowitz, like you said, their best scorer, hit a few shots. And they played some tough defense, but Tufts was able to exploit them. Haladina hit some clutch threes, like you said. He played great against them in the last game. Having another big day here.
But enough about that. Let's get to the tweets, Brad. Let's get to our fans, the people we know and love. Folks, thank you for tweeting us at Tufts JumboCast. We always appreciate hearing from you at halftime. So thank you for that. Here's our first tweet. It's from Peter Cobb. That's my father, ladies and germs. So that's a heartwarming tweet. He says, "What is an EIF?"
Well, an EIF is named after Ephraim Williams.
That's right.
Who was one of the founders of Williams College. And as you see here on our screen, this is the purple cow that was chosen as the mascot for Williams. And they call it the EIF.
That's right. This purple cow was chosen in 1907, Brad, to be Williams' mascot in a student vote. Apparently, the Purple Cow is the name of a satirical newspaper on campus. People loved that so much, they decided to make the Purple Cow the mascot. Absolutely. I personally love it. Look at it. It's very hippie, purple and gold. I like that.
Another tweet from Elliot's father,
Another tweet from my dad. He's keeping the halftime show going. He's always a showman, Brad. He knows how to put on a production here.
Absolutely. So. He said, "What is the date of the next game for the winner of this game?" And that is Saturday in the NESCAC semifinals, where either Tufts or Williams take on the winner of another game.
That's right. I believe they'll play the winner of Amherst and Bowdoin, although I'm not sure. That game is at the half, and Amherst is up 6 in Amherst right now.
Absolutely.
And finally, our last tweet from B. Webby. That's Bernie Birnbaum, our longtime Tufts JumboCaster, who's in London right now. He says, "I was in the tube for the last 10 minutes of the half. Can you fill me in? Love from London." So he's on the train. Good for you, Bernie, taking public transport. Boy, Bernie, a lot happened in the first half here. Tufts, of course, is up 38-30 here at home. It's been pretty exciting. We got a big crowd here cheering on the Jumbos.
Absolutely.
And a lot of Williams fans in attendance, too. I'm hoping for Williams to come back and tie this game up, make it interesting in the end.
Absolutely. Should be a great game, close one here. A lot of turnovers again for the Williams East. Not able to hold on to the ball, and again, not able to find an identity offensively. They need to have a few scorers to kind of lead this team in this comeback effort. Tufts on the other side has been great offensively. Pileski getting inside like he always does, hitting a few threes. Stephen Haladina has been great. Vinny Pace, Ryan Spatterford, a lot of effort on the boards. Yeah. He's a great player.
I think some of their success is due to the warm-up CD, Brad. It's such a good music. This is something you can really dance to, you know. So, you know, I was doing the luau, the hula earlier. You can do that. You can do the sprinkler. I don't want to, you know, kick my headset off or anything, but
I don't know how well you can hear the music, but the Jumbos love their hip hop.
It's good to stay loose, you know, before the game. I think Tufts has figured that out. Coach Bob Shelton knows he's got to keep the players loose before the game, and it's good to see that.
See, this is why I let him do the dancing.
If they saw me doing the dancing, they would probably play worse, though. This is how. I'm appalled that this is going to a national audience.
I don't know what the opposite of inspiration is, but that's what your dancing is.
It's not inspirational at all. But. All right, Brad. We will tune back into the game here. Thanks for. I'm sorry for you having to experience my terrible dance moves, but.
Sorry to all you kids at home.
Yeah, if you had kids, I am very sorry. They'll be scarred for life.
Well, thank you so much for tuning into this JumboCast halftime show. Thank you for your tweets. We're going to get back here to the second half of NESCAC tournament action.
Thanks, Dad.
And we're back after a short intermission.
Yeah, I ran to the concession stand, got a hot dog, Brad. It's pretty good. A little undercooked, but
Ketchup or mustard?
both.
Okay.
Relish,
Awesome.
too.
And Williams will take the ball back here to start the second half. Have their starting lineup in Aronowitz. Here's Flynn on the inside, gets a layup to fall. Easy one there for the East.
That's going to be key for Williams getting back into this game. They need their role players to step up. Scoring points was difficult for them in the first half. They got to get some more balls in the hoop here, second half.
Absolutely. Here's Tariq Smith sizing up the D. Tries to find an open man. They'll call a foul.
That'll be on Poleski here. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. I believe it's his first personal, but he's got to be careful there.
That's his first personal, the team's first foul.
For Williams on offense here, Skadlock's got to keep crashing the boards. Get it to Daniel Aronowitz here. Vinny Pace has done a nice job locking him down, the leading scorer for Williams.
Here's Eddie Flynn on the other side. Out to Galvin. Back to Flynn. Backing down Poleski. Gets it blocked here. Nice defense there by Poleski.
If you're as big as Tom Poleski is, you don't got to do much to block shots. He just stuck his arms up there.
Poleski trying to get in the
play.
post. Tariq finds Haladini outside. Back to Tariq. Here's Spadaford driving. Kicks it out. Almost turns it over, but Haladini gets it back. Gets the layup to fall. Good heads-up play there by Haladini.
Lucky play there. Williams had the steal. Looked like Cole Teal just couldn't bring in the ball there to have Williams go the other way.
Here's Cole Teal. To Eddie Flynn. Aronowitz trying to get open.
Looked like Ed Flynn there. Thought he was going to get his shot blocked. He panicked a little bit. Tried to give it to Skadlock. Just received a tweet that we are mispronouncing the name Daniel Aronowitz. I saw that pronunciation. I'm not quite sure. Aronowitz?
Aronowitz.
Aronowitz.
Aronowitz would be the correct pronunciation.
Hard to know where to put the emphasis there.
Aronowitz, of course. We apologize for that, but he's a great player. And he'll look to lead his team's comeback effort here. Here's Vinny Pace. Can't get that one to fall. Flynn throws the rebound back in to Galvin, and he'll take it the other way. Williams on the fast break. Driving. Kicks it out. And Teal will reset. Here's Cole Teal again. Out to Galvin. Galvin calling the play. Gets a pick there. Tries to get inside on Poleski. And almost a turnover there, but Galvin gets it back. Pace trying to rip it out of his hands. Here's Aronowitz. Can't hit that one. I think we got it right this time. Aronowitz.
Aronowitz.
Missing the three.
Yay or nay? Tweet us.
All right, here is Poleski. Gets blocked, but it's a foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, that'll be on Flynn there, using his body a little bit. Man, I would have fouled him too. Poleski was bearing down on you at the block. Good move by him.
Absolutely, he's a big guy. Get down low.
Flynn has 2 fouls here. Look for him to play a little bit more conservatively here.
Poleski.
When Poleski's in the game, Flynn's going to have to be guarding him. They'll put Soto back in. He's a capable backup, Brad. I like the way he's played thus far in the game. Not really an offensive threat, Marcos Soto is, but doing a nice job on Poleski.
Not quite as tall as Flynn, but still a good presence inside. Poleski tries to make it a double-point lead, and he does. Tufts up 10 here early in the second half.
Again, who's going to be the scorer for Williams here as Skadlock can't finish?
Here's Trey Smith taking it the other way. Spadaford for 3. Can't get that one to fall. That one runs out. Skadlock almost gets a stolen from him. You're going to say that was out on Tufts?
Cole Teal's kind of only a spot-up shooter. Aronowitz has been held quiet thus far in the game. He's got to get going. He's their leading assist man. He's got to go to the hoop, draw defenders to him, then dish to his teammates.
Here's Aronowitz inside.
He's trying to get it going here. Poleski says, nah-uh. Swats it off the glass.
Nice block there by Poleski. Here's Spadaford inside. Gets it wide open and hits it. Nice work inside there from Ryan Spadaford.
Timeout by Kevin App. Tufts stretching the lead to 12 here early in the second half. Williams has got to change something. Let's see what Kevin App says to his players.
Tufts crowd's really happy here with this Jumbos right now. They're up 12. All right, we got another treat here from Tall Shelby. Tom Pileski, best facial hair in the NESCAC? Question mark. Elliot, what do you think?
Right now, no. Tall Shelby. He doesn't have barely any facial hair. He's got a little stubble. Maybe in that picture. Can we show that picture?
Oh,
now,
yeah.
there it is. There it is.
There's
you got to
the
say,
stash.
if he's sporting that stash right now, Tall Shelby, I'll give you that. Wait, let's see it again. Let's see it again, Jake. If he's sporting that facial hair, I'd say best facial hair, best chest hair. Can we see that? The chest hair is just peeking out there. Best facial hair in the NESCAC?
Whoa.
Forget about it.
Maybe
Forget
not.
about it.
This man.
Goodness gracious. Can we get that man in the booth? I would like to meet him. That man has some stories to tell, Brad.
I didn't know Tufts had some Wizard fans here in attendance.
Tufts basketball draws well with Wizards. Talk about facial hair. Goodness me.
Thank you, Tall Shelby, for your tweets. Remember, we're accepting tweets throughout the second half, so feel free to send them in.
If you told me that man could predict the future, Brad, I might believe you. What a distinguished look. I can only hope to age that well myself.
Tufts crowd really trying to distract Bobby Casey here. They're yelling whenever he gets the ball. Here's Aronowitz on the other side. 12-point lead here for Tufts. Williams trying to cut into that lead. They'll call a foul on that one. Let's stay with Williams. Crowd doesn't like that one.
Tufts University foul on number 12, Tariq Smith. That's his second personal.
That's on Tariq Smith.
Maybe the crowd thinks they can. Maybe they think Bobby Casey's a little shook up. They can rattle him a little more. You got to stay headstrong if you're Casey here. I mean, you know he's a good player. He's just had an off day, and it's a big game. You gotta keep your head in it.
Absolutely,
so.
Elimination game here. Here's Soto. With Casey again. Hearing it from the crowd. Dishes it out, almost turns it over. Out on Spatterford. He's not happy he let that one go. But good hustle play there from Spatterford, good defense.
Yeah, Casey looks a little out of his element. The crowd knows it. I'd like to see Daniel Aronowitz take over this game here. He's got to be the distributor for the
Soto
Eves.
open from outside. Not a shooter, doesn't take it. Here's
I like this here. It's going to take Haladini to the hole. Pileski, though, waiting.
It's going to say it was a push on Haladini. That pass sails out of bounds. Likely because of the foul.
I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, Brad, you see Aronowitz leading in assists, steals, rebounds, and scoring. We haven't really seen that Daniel Aronowitz here today, but we see him sort of taking charge of this game. That's what needs to happen if you're an Eves fan here. Aronowitz has got to drive to the hoop, find open lanes, find open teammates.
Here's Soto. Out to Casey. There's the crowd again. Tries to get it back into Soto, and then turns it over. Pileski with the steal. Here's Pace on the other side. Pace takes a three. Off balance. Hits it.
Tough shot from Vinny Pace. Saw him do an Air Jordan jump man there before putting that one in.
He is pumped up. Here's Williams.
He can get up.
Williams needs to get the momentum back here if they want any shot at finishing this game on the winning side. And he gets blocked. Tom Pileski blocking Scout inside. Oh,
tough to get momentum going. You got the fly swatter, Tom Pileski down there.
Turnovers galore here on both sides. And once again, Haladini, nice steal, good heads-up play. Here's Tariq Smith on the other side. Casey on him.
Williams is down 15 here, Brad. They got to have stops. They got to start converting on the offensive end.
And that'll be a kickball on Aronowitz.
Whole slew of changes coming in here. Look at this block from Pileski here. It's all about timing. Look, he barely jumps. He's patient, just waits for the ball to come to him. Nice fundamental basketball.
Few men into the game for the Eves. Flynn and Galvin back into the game. For the Jumbos, Drew Madsen and Ben Engvall.
And notice, Brad, Pileski's a lefty, but he blocked that ball with his right hand. If good shot blockers can do it with both hands.
Oh, an air ball there from Haladini.
Shot was blocked.
I don't know if that one got tipped.
Yeah, shot was blocked there.
Absolutely.
Tariq Smith making people fall to the floor, though, as he gets the steal.
Great turnover. Force there from Tariq Smith, and he gets tripped. No foul called there.
That looked like should have been a foul.
The crowd wanted it. Tariq got tripped 100%. Here's Flynn inside. They'll call a foul on Drew Madsen there. Crowd is not happy with the refs right now. You hear the boos.
Tufts foul on number 32, Drew Madsen. That's his third personal.
I mean, that's a good call by the referee. It's a foul on Drew Madsen.
Absolutely a foul on Drew Madsen, but definitely a no call.
I mean, but good. I think good of the referee to. It should have been a foul. It should have been a tripping call there against Williams defender who tripped Tariq Smith. But
Casey can't hit that three. Good effort there.
That's Heskett.
Williams cannot get it. There's Tariq Smith on the other side.
Heskett's a freshman here. He's got a big body. I like the way he plays. He can shoot from the outside. Saw him
say a
dunking
blocking
the
foul
ball.
there. Didn't have his feet set.
Williams foul on number 15, Edward Flynn. That's his third personal.
Tufts up
15,
15.
second foul.
Trying to increase this lead even further.
Interesting. The crowd's only getting into it once Tufts has such a big lead, Brad. You thought maybe when the game was closer, crowd would be a little more lively.
Well, they love when their team wins, and you
I
can tell
guess
they're
so.
happy right now.
They're happy with success.
Good pick there from Madsen. Tariq drives inside, kicks it out to Engvall. Engvall gets inside, fouled, can't get that one to fall, so he'll go to the line for two.
Casey with the foul there. Didn't see much
Williams
contact.
college foul on number 4, Chris Galvin.
Drew Madsen starting the pick and roll there with Tariq Smith, freeing up some space. Nice screening from the big man. Good team defense, though, from Williams. That was a tough shot, forcing a tough shot.
Engvall hits his first free throw. We got a view from our sideline cam here.
I tell you, you can see us in the booth there. This is the biggest crowd I've seen for a men's game. I think these fans know this is the best Tufts team in years. They got a chance to go all the way.
Here's Engvall. Gets
Take
that one to fall.
NESCAC title. So Tufts is the 3 seed, Brad. 2 seed is Amherst. And the 1 seed is Trinity.
Tufts could very well be playing Amherst in that next game.
Yep.
They won their last game against Amherst,
They
but
did.
that would be a very close one. Two great teams.
Yeah, Tufts smacked Amherst
Did you hear
around
the-
at home here.
Hear the defense chants here from the crowd. Flynn inside. Gets that one to fall. No shot, but a foul.
Engvall with a smart foul there against the big fella.
Good call there by the ref. It was before the shot.
Jumbo foul
That's right.
number 0,
A lot of
Benny
refs
Ball.
will
First personal.
give that basket to the offensive player, but
Now check
I don't
in
think
for the
it's
Jumbo, number
warranted.
2, Tommy
A good
Plesky.
call there.
Casey will inbound it to Aronowitz. Look for Aronowitz to try to get into this game here. He's been deferring a lot of the time. Gets poked out. The call reaching foul.
The sweeper guy on the sideline doesn't like that. He was
Not
jumping
at
up
all.
in the air. You can't.
See the Tufts bench here. Aladina, Madsen.
There he is.
Davivia.
See the sweeper guy right behind the inbounder there. He's jumping around, protesting the call.
Here's Aronowitz outside. Look for him to try to score here. Here's Aronowitz.
Tough shot.
Difficult shot there. Can't fall. Good defense by the Jumbos.
Aronowitz trying to force it here. I mean, he's their best player. You like to see him.
Good steal here by Aronowitz. It's Casey in the open lane. Good defense there, but they'll call a foul.
Casey's just a little off. He should have put that ball in. Looks like not too much contact from Tariq Smith there.
Tariq, along with the Tufts crowd, not loving the refs here today. Good effort there. Good foul by Tariq Smith.
Sort of a funny turnover from Tufts there. It looks like they threw it right to Aronowitz.
An interception, if you will. There's Casey. It's that free throw to fall. Vincent Pace and Everett Dayton will check in for Tariq Smith.
Vinny Pace checks in for the Bows.
Casey hits the second free throw. Still a 15-point game here for the Jumbos. 49-34.
Yeah,
Pileski back into the game as well.
Williams not doing much to close this lead here. They got to pick it up on offense. Get Teal some shots from behind the arc maybe. Get Aronowitz going to the hoop.
There's Dayton. Pace. Pace. Good fake there. Can't get the three to fall. Here's Galvin on the other side. Galvin kicks it out. Here's Teal. Flynn to Aronowitz. Aronowitz. Back to Teal. Gets a pick.
10 seconds on the shot clock here.
Need to get a shot off here if you're Williams. Here's Cole Teal for three. Can't hit.
He's
Good
open.
rebound there from Pace.
He was open there, Brad, but a little off balance.
Everett Dayton, sophomore. Kicks to Pileski on the top of the key. Pileski looking for a man. "12 minutes to go in this game. Williams still trying to claw ahead. Cut into this Tufts lead here. He pace to Pileski. Pileski with the shot. Can't hit. Galvin gets the rebound. That's going to be off of Williams. Going the other way to the Jumbos.
Timeout called. Little Kesha in the gym here, Brad. Were you at spring fling last year? Kesha came.
I was
put
not.
on a good show?
I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman.
I was not here last year, but I heard it was a great show.
You're so mature. I just assumed maybe to be. I wasn't here either. I was in London. Here's a tweet from Salon Armor. JumboCast, yeah, you got it right about the pronunciation of Aronowitz.
Thank you, Salon Armor, for correcting us.
Thank you, Salon Armor. Twerk X Rye says, that man with the mustache, though. Yeah, can we cut back to that man with the mustache? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. There he is. Let's cut back to that. Best facial hair.
We got another tweet here. Dennis Braven, EC.
Missing Hunter Sabity, the ex-Tufts player, perhaps. Oh, there he is. There he is. That man with the best facial hair in the NESCAC. That man's mustache has a mustache of its own. Look at that. It's got a tail. It's got two tails.
As you see, here's the Williams fans decked out in purple and gold.
Yep.
Got a pretty big showing for Williams here. Gotta think they would be hoping the team can get back into this game here.
Yeah, Williams travels well. Surprising since Williamstown is 4 hours away. Who do you think will have the most points by the end of the game? Well,
that's whoever the winner is. I would think.
I think they're talking about individual players.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
My money's on Tufts, seeing as they're up 15 right now.
But you never know.
I'm not sure. We haven't seen the stats from this game so far. I'm not sure who the leading scorer is. I would guess Pileski, but Vinny Pace has played well.
Paladino also hit a couple threes.
That's right.
Yeah. Gotta think Tufts has the leading scorer here. They're up big, 49-34. About halfway through the second half.
Yep, something's got to change for Williams if they're going to get back in this game. Maybe get some steals, some transition baskets. See Aronowitz there getting into the passing
Dayton
lane.
Can't get the three to fall. Here's Pileski on the second chance. Gets it to fall. Nice work inside on the rebound by Pileski.
Leading scorers for Williams. Aronowitz has 11. Cole Teal with 6. He's got the 2 threes thus far. Casey has 5.
Here's Aronowitz on the block. Gets fouled.
And for Tufts, Pileski has 12. Pace 9. Haladina 8. Ben Engvall 7. And Ryan Spatterford 5. Spread across the board for the Jumbos, as it usually is. They've got 7 players with at least 5 points.
Aronowitz going to the line. Haladina in for Everett Dayton. Tufts will have 4 men under the basket. Aronowitz gets that first free throw to fall on the one-on-one.
You can tell he's got the qualities of a leader. Brad hitting the front end of the one-on-one there. He's trying to will his guys forward.
Absolutely.
On defense and offense.
But you'd think he might want to try to start willing them with his scoring because he's been deferring a lot of his shots here in this game so far.
He's started to get more aggressive going to the hoop, but he's been forcing shots a little bit. It's tough to as we see Pace kick the ball out of bounds, it's tough to get drives going to the hoop when you've got a good shot blocker in there like Tom Pileski. You've seen these Williams ball handlers kind of get a little skittish shooting inside the paint, Brad. It's tough, but I'd like to see this man, Cole Teal, get some looks from beyond the arc.
Here's Aronowitz.
They need to get Flynn involved on the inside.
Aronowitz takes a 3. Can't hit. Scatlock with a rebound. Call foul there on Tufts.
Look at Pileski challenging the shot there, even beyond the arc. I tell you what, Brad, you got to keep the shot blocker busy on the inside. They need Ed Flynn to start posting up on Pileski there. That would occupy him in the post. Then maybe they could have some cutters driving towards the hoop. Flynn hasn't been much of a factor here on the block, though, thus far, as we see Aronowitz come out of the game.
Scadlock. Can't get that one to fall.
That's
Spataford with the board.
If you're going to get back into the game, Brad, you got to hit the front end of 1-and-1s there. Missed a 2-point opportunity.
Here's Stephane Devouvier. Gets inside. Nice athletic play there. Can't get that one to fall. Here's Flynn on the other side. Nice driving play there. Pileski with the rebound.
Every time Williams has an open look, Tufts defenders are closing in to make it a tough shot. Looked like Galvin maybe had a nice open lane to the hoop, but it closed quickly.
Here's Tariq Smith sizing up Galvin. Gets it to Pileski. Drives inside. Nice spin move there to get inside. Good work in the post by Pileski.
He's making it look easy, Brad. For a big fella, he really can move well. Just a quick spin. He's got great feet.
Williams needs to get the momentum back on their side here. Here's Skadlock going in the post, and it's a turnover.
Telegraphed that pass. Pileski was all over it.
Good pass there from Tariq Smith. Haladinha for three. Can't get that one to fall.
He's got a funny shot, Brad. No rotation on that ball.
Just floated it up there, but he can shoot. Here's
Nice.
Flynn. Good work in the post there from Eddie Flynn.
A nice left-handed hook there. That's what Williams needs. Easy shots like that. I mean, nothing's easy when you've got Pileski guarding you. He's got 3 or 4 blocks already in this game.
And nothing seems easy when you're down 16.
That's right.
Here's to Vivier. Spataford gets inside. Foul called and one. Good play there by Spataford, getting inside, still getting the bucket to fall despite the contact. Let's see a replay here.
Williams foul on Flynn. That's his fourth personal.
Not much contact there. Looked like Ed Flynn didn't try to block the shot. He sort of was, not sure if he was called for the foul, but Tufts will take it here as Spataford tries to make it the old-fashioned three-point play.
Bobby Casey back in for the Williams Eafs. Spataford gets the free throw. Tufts is up by 19. Casey DeSoto. Aronowitz back into the game for the Eafs.
Look for
Aronowitz
Aronowitz.
inside. Tries to get it to Soto. It gets tipped. Look at the effort by Aronowitz, and they'll call foul there on Madsen. He can't believe it.
Aronowitz showing a lot of heart here, battling for that ball inside. He's not letting this game go. Brad, the junior from Ohio, he knows how to battle. He knows how to play in these tough games. Anytime Tom Pileski comes out of the game, you better believe Williams is going to try to have their way on the paint.
Crowd getting loud here.
Tufts is in the double bonus here, so we'll shoot two. Here's Zach Roswald coming into the game, the senior big man for Tufts. Doesn't get much playing time. Drew Madsen, of course, is the normal backup for Pileski. Good to see this senior getting in, though.
Roswald will inbound it to Tariq Smith. Here's Haladinha. DeVivier driving inside. Can't get that one to fall. Good effort there by DeVivier.
Sort of rushed that shot.
Here's Bobby Casey driving. Out to Teal. Teal can't get that one to fall. High arcing shot. Rebound by Roswald. We're cheering for Roswald here.
He's a fan favorite. He is a fan favorite. The crowd loves it. They know he doesn't get in often. This is a special moment for him. It's such a big game.
That's
nice
right.
to see him out there.
Here in the NESCAC quarterfinals elimination game.
That's right. Tufts has made 6 straight NESCAC quarterfinals. They've never advanced to the semifinal. So they'll be pretty excited if they can hold on here.
Try to make it 1 for 7 here.
They'll be facing Amherst or Bowdoin.
We'll get an update on that Amherst-Bowdoin game shortly. Tufts, if they can close this out, we'll be facing one of those two teams in the next round in the semifinals. Here's Casey. Casey driving inside. Nice shot there.
Nice move by Casey. Good finish with the left.
Here's Spataford. Kicks it to Vivier. Vivier almost loses the ball. Good effort. It's a turnover. Casey will take it the other way. Here's Aronowitz. No good. Rebound by Roswald.
Williams has got to start connecting on some of these long balls. They're down 16 here. Something's got to happen. Remember, this could be the last game of the season for Williams. Probably won't get an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament. They might have to win this NESCAC League Championship if they're going to get to the postseason. The big dance.
Ooh, throws that one off the backboard, Tariq Smith. He gets fouled.
Tariq Smith playing racquetball there in the backboard. Update from the Bowdoin-Amherst game. Amherst 69, Bowdoin 66 in Amherst, Massachusetts. 6 minutes remaining in the second half.
Close game there.
That's Amherst 69, Bowdoin 66.
Bowdoin
Amherst
trying to pull off the upset there.
That's
Only
right.
down 3.
That's right. Amherst is the 2 seed. Bowdoin is the 7 seed. It would be quite the upset. If Bowdoin wins, Tufts would play them, if they win this game, in Medford next weekend. The winner of this game would faces the winner of Bowdoin and Amherst.
Here are the Jumbos. Tariq Smith calling the play. Picked by Pileski. Out to Vinny Pace. Hits the 3. Nice shot there by Pace.
Yeah. I mean, Williams is going to have to start.
You saw on the sideline, Drew Matson with the dab. It's infectious, isn't it?
It's infectious.
Everyone's doing it. It's Bobby Casey.
Here's
a 3 by Williams. No good from Heskett. And they'll say Spatterford dribbled it out of bounds.
Timeout
keep
Williams
possession
here.
there, and they'll call timeout.
Yeah, Williams just don't think they have the firepower here today, Brad. We've seen a lot of missed shots from them. As it's our look, Brad. It's us. Hi, world. It's us broadcasting live. Good to be here with us. Thank you for joining us once again for another great broadcast.
Great game here. Close game. We have another tweet here. Gnome Thorian says, Tufts JumboCast, you guys are amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gnome Thorian.
We try really hard to put on the best broadcast possible.
No, Gnome Thorian, you're amazing.
Thank you, yes. From Boom Boom Buckets, they say, replays and tweets during the games. You guys are at the top of your game. Great year. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Boom Boom Buckets.
You're making us blush.
Boom Boom Buckets, why don't you and Gnome Thorian get together? You can come on out. We'll bring you up in the booth.
Absolutely.
If you guys show up to the game, we will get you up here for the halftime show. You won't even have to tweet at us. We love
our fans. We love the tweets. Thank you so much. Another tweet from Coach Mike Wolf here. How many consecutive games Coach Sheldon has had his sleeves rolled up to that exact same length? Class of '94, a Tufts alum here. Well, thank you so much for your tweet.
Yeah, sort of a mid length there. If you can see, he's got Coach Sheldon has his sleeves rolled up to sort of midway up his forearm. I guess he's been doing it since 1994, Brad.
Maybe, or maybe longer. I don't know if that's a stat that they keep track of, but and a nice play there by Flynn and 1.
Thanks, Coach Mike Wolf, for that tweet.
You'll see Sheldon there with the rolled-up sleeves.
Spatterford will be a little upset he didn't get the charge there. Looked like he just kind of stood there and took it from Ed Flynn, but it goes the other way. 2 points for the big fella.
Flynn will take 2 free throws. 1 free throw, excuse me. Can't hit the N1 free throw. Pileski with a rebound. Tufts still has a big lead. 6 minutes to go in the game. It's looking bleak for Williams. They'll try to come back here. Still got their foot on the gas. Here's Vinny Pace. Call foul there. That looks like it's on Flynn.
Williams foul number 24, Daniel Aronowitz. That's a second personal. And that will send Vinny Pace to the line.
Pace has had such a good game. He's hit a couple of threes. He's driven to the hoop, done a nice job on defense against Aronowitz, who hasn't done much today. He's been their leading scorer, but not many points for him.
Pace will go to the line. Can't get that one to fall. Good effort there from Spatterford, but I'll call foul on him.
Boy, Spatterford, he's a glue guy. He's running all over the place, putting his body on the line. We saw him try to take a charge on the other end. Here he got called for a block on that charge attempt, and then here he is getting called for a loose ball foul. Come on, ref, let the boys play. He's just fighting for the rebound. There he is.
Well, we said it before the game, in our JumboCast crystal ball, Ryan Spatterford is going to go after the boards. because Tufts was lacking in sides here.
Yeah, Spadaford, he's not the biggest guy or the fastest, doesn't jump the highest, but he makes up for it in heart. It's fun to watch these kind of guys, Brad.
Here's Galvin on the free throw. Misses it. Aronowitz, good effort on the board. Gets fouled and one.
Nice job by him. Notice, like to see a replay of that. Notice how he keeps his body in towards Pileski. Look at this free throw. Doesn't get above the rim.
Great effort.
Then watch
Gets
how
fouled.
Aronowitz keeps Pileski at bay by bodying up and then extending away from the shot blocker. That's textbook.
Aronowitz gets the free throw to fall. 14-point game, excuse me. Tariq Smith.
Shot blockers
Taking it
feed
up.
on space. They need to have space between them and the ball. Aronowitz took it away there by bodying up with Pileski and extending away.
Pileski open inside. Creek doesn't find him. He'll post up on Soto. Let's say a travel on Pileski there. He shuffled his feet a little bit.
Here's the Williams cheering section here. They're a little downtrodden here, but you know what? They're the real heroes today. They drove 4 hours, you would think, to come cheer on their Eves.
Absolutely.
And they played valiantly today. They've been a little outgunned, but they're not going to give up
Here's
here. As you see
Aronowitz for three. Banks it in.
A couple of banks on this hoop
Doing
today.
his best Tariq Smith impression.
Banks open on this
Same
right
spot.
hoop. The bank is open today. Cuts the lead to 11 here. 5 minutes.
Aronowitz just applied for a loan.
He applied for the loan. He was accepted. The glass says yes. Build that house.
Here's Pace on the other side. Spadaford driving inside, gets it stripped. Scatlock with the steal. Nice little dish out here from Aronowitz. Finds Galvin open. Scatlock for three. Hits it. We didn't think Scatlock was a shooter, but he's showing his range here.
Yeah, you can hit him. This Williams team, don't count them out. They're well coached. They're going to stay in this ball game fighting to the bitter end. This is what we wanted to see, Brad.
Down by 8, absolutely. Cutting down that lead.
Loser
to
goes
within
home.
Double digits.
As we said, Brad, Williams loses this game. It's the end of their season.
There's another banked three from Tariq Smith.
Tariq Smith. It's like Tim Duncan out there.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
That's right.
Said Tariq Smith.
He's aiming for that square. I don't know if Coach Sheldon taught him that, but man, that's frustrating if you're a defender.
That's a turnover. Aronowitz let it go out of bounds. Tough ball. You can see the crowd getting really happy here.
Here's some tough
Loving
students.
their jumbos.
Yeah, they've been cheering all day. Got some members of the football team down there, I think, cheering on their basketball brethren. Tariq Smith, is he going to shoot it from here off the glass? Man, as a defender, you do a good job putting your hand in a guy's face, and he puts it in off the glass. Pretty frustrating.
Here's Vinny Pace, gets inside and one.
Wow.
Using his length there, those long arms. Gets it to fall.
Let's see that again. Vinny Pace. Looks how he just takes one big jump. He's able to travel the entire distance of the lane, put it up with the right hand.
Bit of a double clutch in the air there. Nice play there by Pace.
Skillful move.
Gets the N1 free throw to fall. Tufts is up by 14 once again. Williams looked like they're going to come back, and Tufts says no. This has been a crazy game.
That's right.
In the second half.
Maybe a younger team who was in tough position. They maybe would have coiled away, started playing conservatively, but Tufts kept their foot on the gas. They've continued to score here.
Here's a block by Pileski. Teal trying to drive inside.
That's not his game.
Here's Casey for three. Hits it.
Bobby Casey hits a three.
Good for Casey.
Casey hearing the boos from the Tufts side. Hit the shot on the Williams side. Loved it.
Yeah, good for Casey. You like to see a young player. He's had a tough game thus far. The crowd's been sort of in his ear, but he's made some nice plays here in the second half. Brad, he just hit that three. He's made a couple of good layups. Here's a Tufts cheering section. Good for these kids for coming out. I wonder if they know that. Oh, and here's Matt Massey Phelps there in the middle in the light blue shirt. He just announced that women's game for you, which you all, those of you JumboCast warriors who stayed for the whole doubleheader will have enjoyed.
Absolutely.
I wonder if there's any of you at home who watched both games. Tweet at us. Maybe we'd like to hear from our dedicated fans.
Yeah,
Thanks for
we'd
watching.
like to give you a shout out here in the booth. Of course, whoever tuned in for both games was treated for just some great basketball. blowout in the first game, and Tufts trying to advance to the semifinals on the men's side as well. Here's Tariq Smith. Tufts taking their time here. Of course, they have a big lead, 3 minutes left. No rush here for the Jumbos to score.
Update from Amherst, 18 seconds left. Looks like Amherst is going to win this game. It's 81-74.
So the winner of this game will take on Amherst. Here's Haladina for 3. No good. Casey with the rebound. Here's Coltiel on the other side. Gets it stripped. It will stay with Williams and Flynn. Here's Aronowitz for 3. No good. Rebound there. And they'll get that one to fall. That was
Good
James
hustle.
Heskett.
Good hustle by Heskett there, the freshman fighting for the rebound. They'll trap here. Will Williams. Tufts eludes them, though.
Good ball movement here by the Jumbos. Trying to preserve this lead. Late here in the second half. 2 minutes to go.
It's a 9-point lead. You got to think Williams maybe he'll start fouling here. 10 seconds on the shot clock, though.
Absolutely. Tufts got a lot of great foul shooters, including Tariq Smith here with the ball. Ooh, and he airmails that pass into the sideline.
It was airmailed, as you said, Brad. Sent express straight to the paint, straight out of bounds.
Here's Casey taking it the other way. You want to get a shot off quick here if you're Williams. Here's Aronowitz driving inside, and they'll say he was fouled there by Pileski.
Veteran play by Aronowitz there. Look at him drive right at Pileski. You saw Pileski sort of stutter step, trying to get some space in between him and the defender. Watch him go right at Pileski. He knows he's looking for contact. See, if he tries to avoid Pileski with his long arms, he can catch up to him, block the shot from behind. But if you take it right at a shot blocker, take away the space, it's harder for them to get a hand on it.
Now he gets to take the easiest shots in the game from the stripe. Call it the charity stripe for a reason.
That's right. And I find that doing actual charity work harder than shooting free throws. I think that's a bit of a bad analogy.
Well, maybe whoever's taking the free throw is receiving the charity because
that's true.
They get to take the shot unguarded. All right, here's Haladini on the other side.
Tufts is a hard team.
Trying to run out the clock here. Didn't play close. Haladini bumped Teal there, no call.
Tufts is a hard team to press, Brad, because they've got so many talented guards. Pileski, of course, is maybe the only one who can't handle the ball in the open court, but the other 4 players certainly can.
Saw some nice sportsmanship there. Scadlock and Galvin helping Pace up from the floor.
Yeah, I think Pace got pushed there. A little sportsmanship. Maybe after the whistle blows, they'll be sportsmen. But during that fight, a little pushing and shoving going on. Williams knows could be 1 minute, 45 seconds left in their season, but good job by the East cutting this lead to 7. It's a 3-possession game here.
This game is not over by any stretch.
It is not over. We've seen crazier things happen. 18 seconds on the shot clock here. You wouldn't think Williams would foul. They're in the bonus right now. On offense, they want to keep getting it to Aronowitz. He seems to know how to take it at Pileski. Of course, if
here's Tariq in the backcourt.
3-point shooters are open, look for that.
Pileski's open. No rush to get the ball inside, though. Here's Tariq Smith. Nice drive there. Gets the layup.
The Red Sea just parted for Tariq Smith. Easy lay-in.
They have to start calling him Moses. Oh, here's Aronowitz inside. Nice play there. Mini Pace. And down the other way, he gets fouled. They'll go to the line for a one-on-one opportunity. And you see Daniel Aronowitz there. Trying to will his team to victory. They're down 7.
Yeah.
A minute to go here in this NESCAC quarterfinal.
Aronowitz is gassed. You see him with his hands on his knees there. He's given his all to this game. We've seen him scrap for rebounds. Just had a nice move into the middle, taking on Tom Pileski, putting the ball in the hoop. He's got to commit the foul there. See if Pace hits on this 1-on-1. Clutch. Tufts sealed this their recent victory against Williams with 2 free throws with less than a minute remaining by Stephen Haladina. Pace looking to cap off this game with 2 more as he misses the second.
8-point lead here for Tufts. With Casey on the other side. Flynn. Flynn looking for Aronowitz open. And he gets fouled. Tufts also in the bonus. He'll go to the line.
Jumbo foul on Tariq Smith. That's his fourth.
See the Williams fans here.
And that will send Aronowitz to the line.
Williams needs to hit these free throws here. You got to think these are essential. Can't hit the first one. He's not happy about it.
Yeah, he knows it's a big deal. He's got to hit these shots.
Galvin checked in for the Eves.
Less than a
Galvin,
only a minute
Scatlock, and Soto here in for the Eves. Flynn sits down. Interesting choice by App and the Eves. Call an off-ball foul there. Oh, no. It's timeout. Excuse me.
Williams foul on Cole Teal. That's his third personal.
Got to think Coach Apps and the Eves. Got to think about fouling here. Minute left. Might want to try to get the Jumbos to the line the rest of the way. Here's Haladinha. Got to think maybe they fouled the wrong guy there. Haladinha, again, closing them out the last time. Putting the nail in the coffin with those free throws. Looking to do the same here.
That's right, but they don't have much of a choice. All these Tufts players can shoot free throws.
Absolutely. Tariq Smith, Pileski, Engvall, and Pace, the other four in for the Jumbos, all very efficient free throw shooters. Here's Casey the other way. Looks for Aronowitz. Aronowitz for three. Hits it. Clutch shot there by Aronowitz.
6 point
keep his
game.
team in the game. 6 points. By no means is this game over.
So Williams will trap. Tufts will take the ball out under their own basket. Look for Williams to deny the ball here, try to get a 5-second call, and then trap in the backcourt. If you're Tufts, do not dribble the ball to the side of the halfway line. That's where the trap's coming. Just keep moving the ball, try to get an easy bucket, wait for Williams to foul you. Don't do anything stupid. If you're Bob Shelton. That's what Bob Shelton's saying right now, Brad. He says, don't do anything stupid.
Absolutely. Keep your head on your shoulders. Keep your head in the game.
Hey, you, keep your head on your shoulders. Hold on, let me roll up my sleeves. Okay.
Who knew we had Bob Sheldon in the booth right now? I think he's in two places at once. We got two Bob Sheldons.
It's me, Bob Sheldon, in the booth. Listen. Keep your head on your shoulders.
Aronowitz in the East taking the court once again. The lineup is Aronowitz, Galvin, Teal, Scadlock, and Marco Soto.
My apologies to Bob Sheldon. I have no idea what his voice actually sounds like. That is my caricature of a basketball coach.
Here's Tariq the other way. They foul him, and he'll go to the line. Tariq 82% from the line this year. You got to think he's going to hit at least one of these.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what he hopes.
He's got 2 shots here. Both teams are in the double bonus.
Gets that one to fall.
So Williams needs a 3 or a quick 2 here. Heskett can shoot the 3. We've seen Casey hit
Casey
one.
Casey the other way. Casey gets it to Aronowitz. Goes inside. Gets that one to fall. Good quick basket there from Aronowitz. They'll foul Tariq Smith once again. They'll go back to the line. 6-point lead.
Good job of Williams just extending the game, keeping it at 6 points here. Aronowitz with a nice move to the hoop. Maybe Tariq Smith will clank some free throws here. They can make a 3, make this a close game.
Can't get that one to fall. We'll get another try.
They put themselves in a tough spot, though, Williams. I mean, Tufts, it's outplayed them a little bit here today. Williams just couldn't score enough points. Did a nice job.
Second free throw to fall.
Williams, you got to say, Brad, did a nice job on defense today. Only 73 points for the Jumbos. That's much lower than their season average.
Absolutely. Here's Aronowitz. Takes another 3. Gets that one to fall.
He's got ice in his veins, Brad. You can tell him he's been in these
4-point
situations
game.
before. He tries to get the steal. Wow. That looked like it could have been off Tufts there. These kids are loving it. Man, oh man, maybe they'll grow up to playing a game like this someday. Riveting stuff.
Absolutely tough game here for both sides. Tariq Smith gets the ball back, fouled. We'll go to the line. Only a 4-point lead here now.
Boy,
I think he'd like to hit these free throws here.
I'd like to see that out of bounds play again. We didn't have a great angle from here, but it looked like it could have been off Tufts, which would have been huge.
Would have been a real game changer here.
So it's coming down to some Tariq Smith free throws here at the end. He's 3 for 4 so far. See if he can put in these 2 shots here.
Tariq gets that one to fall.
Free throws so key at the end of a game. Gotta get your guys. It's all about practice, Brad. You gotta have shoot the free throws in practice.
Tariq gets the second one to fall. 6-point game. Teal will inbound it. Casey going back the other way. Big possession here for the Eves. Gotta get an open shot. Tough defense here on Aronowitz. Out to Casey. Takes the 3. No. Aronowitz can work on the board. Here's Soto. Gets that one to fall. Nice shot there from Marco Soto. Paladino dribbling it out. Wasting time. They need a foul here. Casey will try to, and that's a jump ball.
Tufts will keep possession, though. Casey doing a nice job tying up that ball. Looked like he might have had sole possession, although the ref calls a jump ball there. So look for Williams to foul if they cannot trap. They did a nice job trapping there. Looked like they might have been well on their way to a 10-second call. Down 4. It's still a 2-possession game with 12 seconds. They can't waste too much time. They're in a tough spot here. But they need a turnover. They need a steal, Brad, and a quick 2. Or they have to foul immediately.
Refs talking it over before the inbound.
Not sure if they could change the call. Here.
This is an important call here to see. Bob Sheldon on the other side. Looks a little confused. Rightfully so. Not sure what's going on here with the refs. Not going to change the call.
It just
Leskill inbound.
Maybe they're just talking about where they're going to eat after the game. I'm not sure.
It could be. Here's Haladinha. Gets fouled.
To foul here. They do foul, even though they were in good position to trap in the corner, but they're not in the business of wasting too much time. They're
absolutely only 11 seconds here.
They gotta hope Haladinha misses these. So it's a 4-point game here, Brad. If he makes both of these, they gotta go for 3. Remember, Haladinha made 2 free throws in a similar situation against Williams earlier this year. Puts in the first.
They could very well be down 6 here. Saw Tracy McGrady do it. I don't know if the Eves can pull off that same feat. 6 points in 11 seconds. It's not impossible. Here's Casey the other way. Casey finds Aronowitz. Aronowitz gets a stolen. It's thrown up.
That'll do it.
And that is the end of the game. What a crazy finish here after Tufts was up big heading into the second half. Williams was able to cut into the lead. And Tufts comes out in the end with a 6-point win here against the Williams Eves.
Yeah, the crowd is happy here, Brad. Got a lot of folks in this building. Excited to see these Jumbos advance to the semifinals of the NESCAC tournament for the first time in the past 6 years. They had lost this exact contest for the past 6 years, so good for these Jumbos. Congrats to them and Coach Bob Sheldon. And, of course, congrats to Kevin App and the Williams Eves. They played really well today, especially Daniel Aronowitz never quit fighting towards the end. This Williams team did a nice job fighting here today.
Yeah, it's a great season. They played in a tough conference. Fortunate that they had to match up with the Jumbos today, who had an absolutely great game. They'll go on to play Amherst. What an exciting matchup. Tufts and Amherst, conference rivals. It's going to be a great game next Saturday.
Saw Tufts beat Amherst at home just a few weeks ago handily, but it'll be in Amherst, Massachusetts this day.
Absolutely. So we got another tweet here from Swad. Tufts JumboCast, you guys are funny. Thank you.
Well,
got a lot of praise here.
A
from the fans.
lot of praise. Thanks, you guys.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you guys make this broadcast possible. So
Absolutely. You guys are awesome. Thank
Swad
you.
Swad, I just have to say you obviously have a good taste in comedy. Thank you, Swad Swad. Well, from all of us here at JumboCast, we thank you for watching this excellent doubleheader of basketball. We will be with you soon for more excellent Tufts athletics.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. As always, go Bows.